right. We are going to install the adventure-driven design skid plate that goes from the front OEM plate underneath the front differential to the front cross member. ADD does make this plate. I don't have it. I have the OEM one because I already had it. I didn't need to buy a replacement one. They do make a really pretty stainless one,
which now you'll probably buy.
I'll probably end up buying it, but Brad's here too to help me. You will need a hand with these because they are pretty heavy. They're really nice, thick stainless steel. The bolts in the OEM place. And the neat thing is, so like this truck, you know, like the first and second owners really didn't take them off road. So they take them to get oil changes, and the oil filter's right up here, and the skid plate goes missing because people take it down to do an oil change, and they're like, screw that. The factory skid plate's heavy steel. I don't want to put that back up there. It's long gone. It's missing. Luckily, Adventure Driven Design has made a stainless steel version of it, and it's going to bolt right here. And there's two in the back. This is a really nice piece. I did buy this from them. They did not give it to me for free, but there's really nothing like, if I did have a problem with it, I'd just contact them and tell them, but there's definitely nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. It's really awesome. And everyone that has a Montero, a second gen, should buy them. Get some tools and we'll put it in. I'll remove these two bolts here. They're 10 millimeter. You just need basic hand tools. These skid plates are really easy to install. Obviously, you'll have their truck jacked up on ramps, whatever. We're using a lift. Do this on the ground.
You gotta pull these front ones up too.
I do have to loosen the front ones a little bit.
Just see a little sag out of it.
Although, there's enough give here, it will slide underneath. So if you do need to, there's two 14s in the front, you can loosen them. But I think these are gonna slide underneath. I'm gonna pull these bolts out here.
What size bolts did you have to buy for the kit?
Yeah, so if you're missing these rear bolts, these are M8 by 125. And I got some flange head bolts. They end up being 13s. But whatever. As long as you have metric, it's gonna fit metric, and then you're gonna carry metric tools with you. So we're gonna slide that in between. You might have to pull down that a little bit. There it is. Let's slide this, make sure it doesn't swing out into the face. So it doesn't fully seat in the back because they designed it to have room for another plate.
You line the holes up in the front.
Yeah. All right.
So if I can pull down this and slide it a little bit.
Hold on, I got it caught in the back.
There we go. Almost. Almost.
Oh, there it is. Right there.
Yep.
All right.
Flash your door. Did you recently change the oil in the truck?
No, I had it off because I was doing other work.
I mean, it's like time to change the oil, and now we're blocking the oil filter.
No, it's I should be good for a little while.
I'm gonna cross thread this.
I'll loosen this one up a little more. I can loosen this back one too.
Yeah, it's going at an angle.
I'll loosen this back.
This is gonna go forward a little bit.
Okay.
Just tap it with a hammer or something. Just give a little tap, tap, tap. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I know it fits. I've had this one on before.
Yeah, no, it fits fine. It was just there's 4 holes, so you gotta make sure they're all square before you start tightening them down. So
I'm gonna just snug them up. I'm not gonna fully tighten them. I'm gonna tighten the back. I got one back caught so it doesn't fall. All right. So the cool thing about Adventure Driven Design is they make this skid plate. Now they left a bit of a gap here. It might be hard to see. We'll get you a close up of it. They left a little bit of gap here, and there's these unused factory bolt holes here because there never was from the factory a skid plate to protect the transmission pan, which is just this big steel pan sitting here out in the open, waiting for a rock to crush it or whatever. They did include a nice transfer case from the factory, but nothing here to protect the transmission. So again, it's this super thick stainless steel. It's never gonna rust. It has these nice little holes in it to let like rocks and debris get out of there. If you want to wash the bottom of the truck down. It's got 2 slotted holes in this side that will match up with these. And it's got 2 openings here, and we're gonna have to drill in this cross member and add some extra bolts. But that's really the only thing you have to do, because it has both holes in the front that match up where the OEM ones go. And it's gonna sit right here. Roughly right there. And I'll need Brad to give me a hand because it is super heavy. Alright. So Brad helping. I'm gonna install this. Oh, I got it backwards. This goes this way. 3 holes go towards the front. Let me switch again.
Tight so I can get the other side caught.
Yep.
Lock washer on.
And I want the bolts to vibrate out.
Going through 3 pieces of metal here, so I gotta try to find the proper threads.
It might not fit with the lock washer. I might have grabbed bolts that were just too short. They were 20 millimeter. So just put it in without it for now.
Yep, that did it. That's a difference.
Not too tight.
Yep. So I'll have to replace the bolts with
longer ones, or after it's all said and done, you can
take
go
it
back.
out, put the washer back in it.
So these
Once
are-
all of them tightened.
Yeah, these are right here. So I like to use either cap head bolts, or you don't want to use bolts with washers because these are slotted holes. And don't tighten all your bolts at once, so you can actually move stuff around and adjust it. Slip back.
Tighten them up.
Yeah.
We'll do this one last. We can pull it out with the lock washer on.
Yeah, exactly. Tightening up those. Switch sides. That's the lock washer.
Yep. You hear clicking in the slot.
So I got those 2 bolts over there, and then these 2 holes here. Don't have any bolts, but we'll mark them and drill them. And I can put some rib nuts in those.
All right, I'm gonna pull this one out now, and hope I can get that lock washer on it. Should be able to. Would have been a little bit easier if you used a slightly longer bolt.
I was worried they might be too long.
There it goes. Torque them to tight.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to kill them. Good. I'm gonna mark these with a center punch so I can drill them. Again, pretty much in the middle. need the hammer. Start with smaller bits. Need to get a 1/2 inch. Get rid of my mark here. These threaded inserts, they're nutserts, a lot like a rivet or a rib nut they call them, because I can now thread a bolt into that hole.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about trying to grab this nut at top afterwards.
Trying to reach on top of the skid plate.
Yeah.
And the butt.
This is kind of a neat item. I love these. Use them a lot. I get it in there and then pull it down. It squishes out.
Yep.
And collapses. And now it's a threaded insert.
Nice.
Yep.
Professional.
Because without this, the skid plate was rattling around. And you hit bumps, it's going to rattle and echo and be really annoying. So.
And the echo's going to carry through the car, obviously.
Yep. So I think I'll just clean that up a little bit and throw some spray paint on it.
All right, and then we'll
Let it dry for a
the
minute.
skid plate.
Yeah, put it back up.
Just cover any raw metal that you
Yeah.
made when you drilled it.
And those are kind of coated, but
Yeah. It was a very fast and loose spray paint job you just did there.
Yep. All right, here's the mid skid installed, and then the transmission pan skid installed with the additional hardware that we drilled and added some rib nuts for, because before it was rattling on this side, and that would drive you crazy whenever you have a loose skid plate. Now it's just, it's got a little bit of rattle to it, but that's just the way it's going to be because it isn't a big long piece of sheet metal. But
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel. But I mean, if you're modifying your Montero, you're probably okay with a little added noise, vibration, and harshness because you want a better, stronger truck. And this is a really nice piece.
It'd be able to actually transmit through once you start driving it.
No, probably not. But I don't know if you can get over here.
Trying to get over there.
It's kind of up close, but they did cut the skid plate away for the exhaust manifolds, which is cool. Well, I shouldn't say manifolds. This is the Y pipe portion bar, but I mean, this is super strong on because the edges are not finger friendly. They're finished, but they're thin. They're not made for grabbing onto.
So this is for if you do a Montero and you practice CrossFit.
Yeah, you can hang from it.
Yeah. You could probably jack the truck up probably too. I don't know if it's recommended or not, but in a couple places. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. These are solid. Very cool. They need to be tested though. They need some scuffs and scratches in them.
Andrew needs to take his truck off road.
Yep. All right, that's next.
Actually, next is fixing the red radiator so we can go off road together.
Yep.
So I'll
But
finish that.
This is done. And hope you have a better idea how these work and how these install in this video. And listen to the podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel.